Found a tombstone with my name on it. The date of death is today. I'd actually found the thing about 4 months ago, right in my basement of all places. I was doing my normal cleaning when I stubbed my toe on what I first thought was a giant cinder block. After moving back a box, well, it wasn't a cinder block, that was for goddamn sure. It wasn't a bad headstone. In fact, it was one I really would have picked for myself. Simple, made of black granite, with a set of hands folded in prayer next to my name. Nothing fancy, just a good place to spend my eternal rest. Of course, I didn't expect my death to be coming so soon. I'm no spring chicken, my children are grown, and my husband Greg and I have been together for nearly 25 years. But I'm not at death's door. I'm active. I'm in relatively good health. I shouldn't be dying so soon. I didn't want to die so soon either. I was going to be retiring in 3 more years, and my eldest daughter just announced she was going to have a baby. I wanted to be alive to meet my grandchild. I didn't want to die. At first, I just hid the gravestone under a box, went on with my cleaning, pretended like it wasn't there. When Greg came home and asked me how my day went, I didn't mention the stone. I tried to put it out of my mind. The next day, though, after I came home from work, I was back down in that basement, looking at that headstone and that date attached to it. I wanted to just kick the damn thing. I was angry at what it was saying to me. Die. Now? I'd had my ups and downs in life, but I wasn't ready for death, especially not so soon. But I didn't kick the gravestone, as tempting as that was. I covered it up and went to make some pasta for dinner. I had a lot to think about. I was up half the night staring at the ceiling. Not even my husband's snoring, which had basically been my white noise machine for about 2.5 decades, could put me out. But by morning, I had come to terms with my own mortality. After all, no one lives forever. Who'd really want to? Sure, it sounds fun on paper, but I'd outlive my children. I'd outlive my sisters and brothers. Losing my own parents had been bad enough. I didn't want to lose everyone else too. So it was probably for the best that it looked like I'd be going first. And knowing exactly when it was going to happen, well, that was its own peace of mind. In the months I had left, I used my time well. I went on that vacation with my sisters to Las Vegas like I always wanted. I took time at the lawyers to write my will and get it all settled who gets what. I even got my hair colored bright pink for a week. Drove Greg up the wall, but I didn't care. I'd always wanted to dye my hair a fun color like that. Well, the day arrived, and I was surprised at how calm I was when I woke up that morning. I started my day as normal. I brewed a pot of coffee and I made breakfast. Greg came down for his eggs and toast and drank down near his full cup of coffee when he told me he had something he wanted to show me. I smiled. "Sure, honey, afterward I got something to show you," I said with a wink. The nerves almost kicked up a bit as we headed for the basement where I knew it was. I'd only gone back down there a few more times to see it. "Did you think I'd forget our anniversary?" Greg said with a smile. "I got you a really special gift. Ready?" I nodded. Greg ripped away the blanket covering up the headstone, only for his face to go white as a sheet as he realized that it was different now. "I found your anniversary present earlier. My bad." I chuckled as I walked up to it, placing my hand in Greg's in what would usually be a sweet gesture of affection. But this time it was to be sure he wasn't going to run off. "You really did pick out something I'd like, but I think I like this a little better." It was a couple's headstone now, both our names, side by side. I still had the praying hands on mine, but I made sure to have Greg's side customized with a set of playing cards. He always loved his cards. "What do you think, dear?" Greg yanked away from me, reaching into his pocket for where I figured he'd stashed his gun. I could see the moment the poison started kicking in when his eyes glazed over. He sunk to the floor and gasped, holding onto his chest. It wasn't much longer for me, but I at least was able to lower myself to the ground nice and easy. He dosed himself a lot more than I did, which was for the better. Because before I die, I got to watch him die first. Game is game. He picked my date of death. I picked his.